Very good morning, dear students. Welcome to the class. Today, we are going to continue the same poem that we have already begun in our last one class, that is, Fire and Ice. And as I told you, we have already discussed this point. The poem is called a symbolic poem, and why it is called we have already done. Yes, and here the poet has mainly used the two natural components, fire and ice. So here, as we have already dealt in our previous class, fire and ice both are symbolized with human feelings like desire and hatred respectively. Here we have seen that the poet is mainly talking about the causes for the destruction of this world, the catastrophic end to this world. And here in this poem, the poet says fire and ice, the both components of the nature are equally eligible, competent, equally potential, equally competent, equally eligible to bring in the destruction, to bring in the catastrophic end to this entire world. Yes, we have already done this, all this we have done in our previous classes. So dear, here we are going to see what does he say. As we have seen in the first one stanza, the poet is talking about the two groups of people who have different beliefs. So there he talks about the first one group who believes that the whole world will end one day due to the fire, the heat, the inner heat of this world. Actually here he symbolized that heat, fire, with the strong desire the human beings have. Later on there he talks about another belief which some people or some group of people or a group of people is having around the world, and that is the world will end one day due to the ice means here actually it is talking about the extent low temperature. Extent low temperature means very low temperature which makes the life impossible on the earth. So this way here the poet is talking about both the components fire and ice. Then we have seen here there in the first stanza in third line, there he compares or there he symbolizes the fire and ice with the human feelings and says that there he says or he symbolizes human feeling hatred, human feeling desire to the natural component fire, and says that the poet favors the group of people who believes that the whole world will end one day due to the fire, that means strong desire. So here in the third and fourth stanza the poet supports or he put forth his opinion that or his view or his side, saying that he supports the group of people who favors fire, who favors strong desire. As here he said, I have already tested, that means he had already experienced the consequences of strong desire. As we know that we too have tested this, we too have experienced this in our surrounding. In our surrounding, we see many people are there who are having strong desire, which bring in or which took them to some what we can say in a critical condition or bring in destruction to them. So that's why here the poet says he supports the group of people who favor fire, who believes in fire, which will end this world or bring in a catastrophic end to the world. This is all about the first one stanza that we have already seen in our previous video lecture. Dear guys, today we are going to see the second one stanza, what is given there. In the second one stanza, here he says, but if it had to perish twice, it means here this word refers to the world, the entire world. And there he says, if this world would perish twice, perish means destroy. Perish means destroy. If this world is going to destroy twice, dusri bar, twice, yes. So then means first here he says it would definitely destroy due to the fire, but the world is again, if it is going to destroy again twice, so then what will be? I think means according to the poet or as per his view, here he says he know enough of hate. Again here he is talking about the human feeling hate, which he symbolized with eyes. Hatred, hate, indifference, coldness, insensitivity to the others. So there he says, as the poet knows enough of the feeling hatred, as he knows better about the consequences of very low temperature, coldness, indifference, insensitivity, such human feelings, as he knows very well the consequences of these feelings, there he says to say that for destruction ice is also great. Ice is also great. That means here actually he symbolized that ice with hatred, the feeling of human being hatred, and says if this world is going to perish, if this world is going to destroy again or twice, then the ice is also equivalent to the fire to bring in the destruction. It is similarly capable. It is equally it is equally potent, equally eligible, equally competent to bring in the destruction. Equally competent. Yes, so this way here he says ice is also great. Ice is also great means ice is also eligible, equally capable to bring in the catastrophic end to the world, and would suffice. Would suffice means it will be suffice means sufficient, enough. Ice is also enough to destroy the whole world. That means here, though the poet favors fire, but here he says both the components of the world, fire and ice, are equally capable to bring in the destruction to this world. Then comparing them symbolizing them to the human feelings, he says that strong desire and hatred, such feelings are or could be the reason for the destruction of this world. Or if these feelings are not in control, if these feelings goes on to an extent, they will definitely bring in destruction to this world. Yes, such feeling, whatever the feelings we have, as we know there are unlimited or जो बोलते हैं ना कि अमर्याद, yes, endless feelings we have, but all these feelings must be in control. If such feelings are not in control, then they could be a cause for the perish of anything. You can take an example of Hitler, Mussolini, Aurangzeb. Many rulers are there in this world. Due to their strong desire, what happened at the end? Their power, their what you can say country, their status, means everything was burnt down, everything was destroyed with the passage of time. And that's why here he says, that's why here actually the poet wants to say us that whatever the feeling we are having, all must be in control. If they goes beyond an extent, or they go on to an extent, whatever the feeling it is, they will definitely bring in the end to this world. So we the reader must understand the message here. Yes, कोई भी फीलिंग हमारे मन में हो, वो जरूर कंट्रोल में होनी चाहिए, वो एक एक्सटेंट पे नहीं जानी चाहिए. Yes, so this is the message of this poem. Got it? Now after that we are going, this is the first one part of the poem, that means regarding the meanings of the lines, meaning of or the paraphrase of the poem. Now let's see the another part of the poem, that is the poetic devices that are used in the poem. Poetic devices. Got it? So dear guys, first of all we are going to see the first one poetic device that is used here. Poetic devices. Okay, first of all I would like to ask you, did you understand the paraphrase of the poem, the meaning of the poem? Paraphrase means meaning. Okay, so did you understand the meaning? Paraphrase, what is meant by first one stanza, then the meaning of second one stanza, what is the main message of this poem, the theme of the poem. What is theme of the poem? The theme of the poem is, here the poet is talking about the causes which would bring in the catastrophic end to the world. And these causes could be fire and ice, which stand for strong desire and hatred, the human feelings respectively. Okay, so this is the theme of the poem. Okay, theme, message, paraphrase. Okay, we have done. Now we are going to see the